Hey, testing 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 testing 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 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, testing 1 2 3 4 5. Testing 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1. Testing 1 2 3 4 5. All right, let's see if that works. Hey, Steph, can you hear me, man? Just let me know if you can hear me. Just put yes or no. Can you hear me? Hey, what's up, kids? What's up? Steph, can you hear me? Hey, what's up there, kids? Can you hear me? I'm waiting for yes or no. I would like to start this. All right. Shit. Okay, you can hear me? There you go, Steph. Wait till a couple people get in here, right? I don't force no one to come to the road recovery. I know what I'm talking about. I'm good at it. All right. Road recovery is a course designed for me. I'm a creator of it. Okay. It's not about, you look at the road recovery. All right. Oh, thank you very much. You look at the road recovery and you think of addiction. All right. Maybe it's not about addiction. Maybe it's about the qualities of life. Hey, here we go. All right. Hey, Mike, you made it here. Good. Very good. Very good. I designed a course because I'm good at it. Okay. And I get people better. My success rate is way over 1,200 right now. Okay. I teach you about things about the equalities of life. Now, what are the equalities of life to make you happy? We're going to pull first one thing out of the hat right now. Okay. The one thing out of the hat is I have no doctor's degree to do this, but I'll tell you right now, I overruled doctors, psychiatrists, okay, and I don't give medication, so give that out. Okay, I can tell you how to detox, but you work with your doctors 100%. Okay, do you want your life back? All right, do you want to be happy again? Do you want to feel like when you're like 18 years old? All right. Oh, there you go, Moon. All right. The thing is, I don't drag no one here to the road recovery, okay? It's your choice. If I was to charge for this course, you go look on the net. Most of the morons that don't know what they're talking about, they charge about $300 to $400, right? So it's a free course on your side for being here. People should sit here and they should listen. Most people are too busy talking like on Chatbook and they don't focus. This is a course where you focus because, like I said, whatever I put my mind to, as much as twirling this drumstick, I'll do. Over the months, 2 years, I had someone harass me. 25,000 comments. Don't shake me, make me, or break me. Okay. I'll show you some amazing stuff. Okay. The first thing I told you guys, and it's the last course that I did, this is part 2. Last thing I told you is to get your journals. Now you got to be square with yourself. If you didn't get your journals, just say, I didn't get my journal. Right. Sometimes you got to face up to what you didn't do, not to put a pretty picture as much on Facebook on here to make people think. And I'll even put it, Cindy Campbell was one that prefab. She said she got off all this medication and everything. And you think I believe that? No. All right. There's only so much you can do with your life. It came to me pretty fast. All right. And with it coming fast, I'm pretty accurate. If I want to talk like a motherfucker and speed up so fast that you couldn't even understand me almost, okay? Can you focus to say all that? If you said no, you failed. You never tried. Okay, I also get into about failure. What makes you fail in life? All right. A lot of people fail in life because they actually, if I had this Rubik's Cube or this drumstick, what I'm doing, and I'll bring it through fingers or I'll bring it to different fingers and do what my mind wants. Okay. As much of it, I'll bring in the other hand and do that and bring it back and forth. And because I'm telling my mind what to do. You're not a failure, man. Most people kick you down, and I'm going to get into throwing you through the curb, okay, this week. We're going to talk about, last week I talked about the journal. So you really got to get in on your journals. Your journals consist of a notebook and 2 pens, man. Maybe get 3 in case it runs out of ink. God forbid you weren't prepared. That's a part of life you got to learn too, being prepared, okay? Now, road recovery I take very seriously, okay? If you have a death in the family, I'd rather you not come here. You can't, it's not a place to dump your drama here. This ain't Facebook, it ain't Twitter, it ain't Instagram. And if I didn't come down hard on you people, in a way, I'm a nice guy, man. I have fun. I enjoy life. Right? Now, the people that are not here right now and know I put up a time, all right, they should be waiting for the road recovery like a doctor's appointment. Now, if you were supposed to be there a half an hour early, you should be there. I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart. I did it for 2 years for donations. So if I add it up, I did my dues. All right. I appreciate every donation that people did. And I'm still sick and I'm still sitting here doing it because I care about you people. I want you to have the sort of life I have where nothing can bother you. If I get sick, it don't bother me. And I'm very sick right now. It don't even bother me. All right. Okay, so where do we start? Last week, the journal, let's get back to the journal real quick. The journal consists of 2 books where you start from ages. You write down your name on it. Say, my name is Paul DeVoe. All right. I was born on this date at this hospital. I have a sister named Denise DeVoe, my mother's name, so on at the top of your journal. That's the start of it. That tells you about the beginning of your life. All right. And that's what you want to get at, where it started. And when did the depression, anxiety, agoraphobia, bipolar, all right? When did that? Low self-esteem. Maybe you got raped. Maybe you did something. You got to get that out on the table to people, right? I don't mind people. I would talk to Moon about it. I would talk to Seth about it. You got to lay your cards totally 100% on the table. Because if you don't, and I'm one, if you tell me something, I'm not going to run. There's certain things I talk about, but if you say, I don't care if you suck dick or whatever, a pussy, I don't give a fuck. All right. I give a fuck to help you. And that's the way it should be. That stuff stays with me. It's more like doctor clientele relationships. All right. You don't want that out there because that's not the sort of dirt someone should put out there. You're out to help. And that's the same thing if someone came in here and said, oh, my mother died, they'll ramble on about it. And all of a sudden, it'll get you off track that you're typing more than listening. This whole course is about listening and pay attention, because if you miss a part of this course, you probably went out to get your popcorn at the movie and missed the best part of the movie. And then you had to rewatch it. There's 2 ways you can use this course. You can get up and watch it once a day and have the greatest power boost in the world, that you can move mountains and move hills and break down walls, and you'll crawl and drink the sand to get to the water when I'm done with you, because when I'm done with you, nothing will shake you, make you, or break you. All right. Sure don't me. All right. So we got down a journal. You're going to write from years 1 to 5. What happened from years 1 to 5? You might need 2 books. You might need 3. You might need 100. All right. You're going to remember everything and leave space between the ages. You might take 1 whole page, 2 whole page for age 1, 2, 3. It depends how far. I remember my whole life like a black and white movie. All right. It's like being with me here is like visiting Jim Morrison from The Doors. All right. I went on some fucking trip and I never came back. Nah, I came back. Now, I'm funny in here, but when it kind of gets to it, I like how everybody's quiet and listening right now. Just so you can go to any other page on Facebook, and it's you go into a feed, you can say hi to everyone. It's that you focus, man. Now, if you watch my last course last week, I got into a bunch of stuff about depression, anxiety, doom and gloom. All right. And I'll pick up on that again. It's never done, man. The story is never done. How to repair yourself. See, most of you people, during the years between, unless you had a real horrible life, okay, maybe you got molested by your parents, or maybe some tragedy happened. Maybe you had a mother or father died, cousin, sister, brother, even a kid. All right. Somewhere along the line, your mind was totally like this. It was level until something tilted the scale. Okay. Threw your left side of your brain off your right side. So, what was the easy thing when you got older? Go to a psychiatrist. Oh, that was great. Pop some pills. You're all right. You're out the door. It don't work that way. They should have been able to fix you like I can. All right. They should have been able to do it. Psychiatrists and psychologists. Okay, let's get this straight. Psychiatrists gives out medication. Psychologists don't. I've been to the best psychologists and best psychiatrists out here in Jersey. Never helped me. They were too busy falling asleep while they're writing on their piece of paper and taking notes and probably popping Xanax and every other pill in the world they can get their hands on. Because I don't know. I'll tell you something I never told you. Psychiatrists I went to because I had nerve problems back in the day. They went to jail, most of them. All right. Script writers, whatever. I was on a total of, not taking them at once, total of 87 antidepressants back in anywhere between the late 90s and 2005 until one day I decided to take all the pills, 86 of the pill bottles I took. I'll tell you what I did with the 87th bottle. Okay, I dumped them down. I went down to a friend of mine. All right. I dumped all the bottles down the toilet, everything except for one bottle. It was called Dizipramine. Ooh, what the fuck is that? Dizipramine was a drug, an antidepressant, and it made me feel like I was off on some acid trip. Between lithium and all that, the mixture was highly deadly. All right. So they would give me that, and they would give me some Wellbutrin to stop the shakes, which then it came to stop smoking, which I think the whole medical industry is full of shit. Now, I'm not telling you, when I talk about these drugs, I'm not saying someone might need Xanax. Someone out there might need some sort of drug to help them. All right. Now, they usually would say, if they were smart, they would say take Lexapro. It's the least addicting drug. All right. So all these doctors thought they were helping you. So let's go in detox order, okay? Detox order, the benzodiazepam family, dealing with Xanax, okay? So let's see, you got Xanax, you got Valium, you got all them in that family, all right? What's number 2 on the list, kids? Alcohol, all right? So basically, a lot of people use the mixture and it becomes a deadly mixture of Xanax and alcohol. How do I know? I used to do it, all right? So then what comes after alcohol? All right. Ativan, that's the one I was looking for, Amy. Thank you. Ativan it never touched me. See, some of them drugs, Xanax was a drug of choice, and I was using Xanax for another reason, and we'll get that another time. It wasn't to get high, far from getting high. I had a high pressure job, and it didn't agree with me. I appreciate that, Amy. I was trying to say, what was that other drug they put me on? I've been on all them drugs, and the thing is, after comes alcohol, comes methamphetamines. Okay. Actually, what you're doing, man, smoke some methamphetamines, smoke the methamphetamines. You're smoking lithium battery strips. All right. Great thing you came up with, right? Kill you fast. And then you go into third. What's the third? Heroin. Right. Goes from heroin, these are my views because I've seen people. I never touched a needle, but then we got methadone. Methadone is a prefab drug by man that is basically the replacement of heroin to keep the monkey off your back. So basically, you can get hooked on that. So they're trying to get you off heroin. They just replace the drug. All right. Keep going down to Percocets, and then you can go down to, how about this, prescription junkie, aspirin every day, which actually I recently found out that aspirin is antifreeze. All right. So you guys that take aspirin there, you're actually drinking antifreeze, taking it, I found out you could eat 20 cherries from a store and it's equal to 1 aspirin because that's what they put in aspirin. That's the thing for the pain. So what you got to get to a choice. You got to make the decision I made back in 2009. Here's the decision you're going to work on as much as your journals. It's not, I could check your journals. I could help you out, but you got to come to me for the knowledge. All right. I used to go around and the more and more I try to help people, the more and more they kick me down. My fundraisers, whatever, because they just don't get it. All right. So you got to make a decision. Sit, and I want you to think about this question for about a week until I come back, maybe next week or during the week. I want you to ask yourself a question: do you want to live or do you want to die from depression, anxiety, bipolar, and all that? All right. Now, I had a choice. I really didn't want to live at one time in my life. All right, going back in the early 2000s, the pain from depression and anxiety, I was getting so many anxiety attacks, I really didn't want to live no more. All right. 20 chronic panic attacks a day. I've gone up to 30. All right. So I would pop Xanax like Skittles, man, thinking it would do it until you do it for 33 years. And guess what? The Xanax does not work. All right. So you got to make that decision. I want you guys to think about this week about that. Do you want a happy life that you can gain with Road to Recovery, gain back the qualities of life? Now, with that, with this course, your blood pressure will be running better. Your heart rate will be running better. Right? You could regain the 40 extra years. Right? Now, that's a hard thing that you can regain the 40 extra years. Now I see there was 5 people in there, and now there's 4. I guess the course, see, that's what I'm saying. The course ain't that important because God forbid someone's probably wants to post on Facebook or something on Twitter. God forbid, get that Les Van Halen post up there. Whatever. Okay, so you got the choice of live and die. All right. You're either the medication's going to kill you, you're either going to take too much. And it's like alcohol. You're either going to stop breathing, or if you do too much alcohol or something like that, you're going to pass out. Same, it applies to all drugs. You can overdose on aspirins. So the thing is, you work with your doctors on that stuff. You go in and you really got to do research by pulling all your pill bottles out and start writing the name of the pills down. And maybe, just maybe, you can eliminate some of that medication. Maybe you don't need it. Now, I'm not talking about high blood pressure medication, heart medication. There's certain things you need, but there's certain things that these doctors putting on you don't need. Now, I found out also Lyrica, man. Lyrica is a deadly drug, okay, for detoxing as much as Percocets. All right. So we got past the order. We got past that. Start doing a reevaluation. Don't just take the paper off the bag and the doctor said take 3 of these. And the second thing I'll tell you, always check your pills. All right. Make sure wait, I need to. Okay. I was just reading something micro real quick. Now, with that, when you go into a drugstore, right, and this will help you because if you take the wrong medication, it can kill you. Always, always get the pill bottle. And these things are basically because God forbid we don't have money, they're going to throw generics on you. Okay. Now, with the generics, they might put the wrong pill in the bottle. Now, you take this and figuring the pharmacy's right and the doctor's right, and it might be a deadly drug in there that'll kill you. So, what you do, it's very simple. How do you check your pills? All right. What you do, if the pill's oval, circle, it has a split. So, you write in Google, round pill with split. Okay. Orange. It could be orange, pink, yellow. Put the color. And on the back, there's a number. Put the number in there, and it's going to tell you the pill you're taking. Now, if that don't match out up to the generic or what the original is, what you got to do is go back. Don't take them. Check them first. See, if you did something that was so deadly and took that pill and you die, it was your own fault because you believed in the pharmacist. I've had it done to me a bunch of times. So we're past that. All right. So let's get on. What can cause anxiety and depression? Well, there's a bunch of things. Like I said, you could have got raped. Could have got molested. All right. You could have had a death in the family. Okay. Them things, a bad relationship. Your first girlfriend could have tilted your world for the rest of your life. Some people don't get over this stuff and they never will. All right. You got to understand, you cause this shit 100%, like I did until I had a rude awakening. You probably, I bet you people, you know what? I bet you people don't even know how to crack a smile no more, man. A real smile, like laugh, man. I laugh all the time. I have a great time. I'm sick as a dog right now. But you know what? I have a great time. I smile every day. I get up happy every day. There's not 1 minute in my life I'm mad, upset, okay? I get disappointed at people. And if I'm gonna vent, if I said, "Hey, Mike, what are you doing, man? Are you crazy?" And I let it go. People don't know how to do that. Let it go. Let it go is a big word. That's something you gotta work on, let it go, all right? I let a lot of stuff in 17, I went in a coma, and after the coma, it's a guy that's why I said road to recovery. These are my views, I'm not jamming religion. Road to recovery is a God-sent program. I was able to help a lot of people, but the people aren't here right now. If road recovery was so important to everyone, when I got knocked off Facebook for reasons, nothing I did wrong. They took me down, I put another one up, so I had another page. So what they do, they kept knocking me down, so I put one up. Okay. But I didn't let that bother me. Now, most people, I got to ask you guys out there, if your Twitter or Facebook page went down, God forbid, there goes the world. That's not the answer. See, every time my Facebook page went down, I just got up, wasn't even mad, started another one. You start over. See, I had all my stuff backed up, so it's like really easy to start one over. But most of you would be having anxiety attacks and, oh my God, there goes the world. Well, what was before the internet, you know? So why do you got to be so shaken up if something like that happened? You should say, hey, man, it happened. Someone called you in. See, the thing is, people are going to say, but Paul, you had to fight. You had that huge argument against Steve Torres. See, that was a battle against something that you don't let go. All right. But was I mad? No, I was disappointed in the man. He's a retard, 100%. I'm not judging. That's truth. All right. So with that, I don't hate Steve Torres. I'm disappointed. And when he finds out he's going to jail, he gets his back. He got punished by God. All right. So we got that point out of the way. So you got to let stuff like that. That's one. Facebook pages. You can't let someone attack you. Let it go. See, I should have let Steve go a long time ago. He wasn't, everything was a lie anyway. And that's what they're going to ask him, you know. Where's all the signed papers? I was talking to Amy today, or yesterday. They're going to ask for all the signed papers. They're going to ask thousands of people sign. My GoFundMe pages are still up. He said he had them all taken down. I was investigated by the DA. I should have let it go and just go on with my own life. But what took me down on Facebook, I did it to myself by putting up what he posted. It's against Facebook's rules. But I'm not upset about it. Like I said, I feel for the guy, man. He's going to get in big trouble. He made his bed. Now he's going to have to lie in it. Oh, don't worry about Patty. Now, you just came in on it. Actually, I was explaining about letting Facebook go and it hurt on Facebook. Now, Facebook can do a number on you with your nerves and depression. I mean, there's people with good hearts out there. All right. Now, what I mean by having a good heart is that you care. All right. Some things in life you can stop, some things you can't. Okay, we're going to take, for instance, Kobe Bryant. All right. I feel real bad about him and his daughter and the other people on that helicopter. All right. I can't do nothing about it. I figure this way, I'm a firm believer in God. I'm going to go to heaven, and one day maybe I'll meet Kobe Bryant like I met the other stars that I work with. All right. You cannot in life, and that's another thing, death. Now you got a couple of forms of death. You got hurricanes in Florida, you got plane crashes, you got people committing suicide, you got people that die of old age, you got people that die of horrible diseases. Now, it's not your fault they died. So you're going to sit there and sometimes even with a mother, sister, brother, 100% or cousin, friend, your kids, if they die, you're going to sit there and you're going to take away half of your life. When one day, in my beliefs, and I know this is for a fact for myself, I'm going to heaven. So if my mom dies right now and I'm doing road recovery, I have to tell my sister she'll have to wait. I can't bring my mom back. And that's not cruel. If anyone would think that's cruel, to what? Ruin your life for the next 30 or 40 years when you can't bring someone back. I can do a lot of miracle stuff, but I cannot bring a person back. So I'm not going to sit here. And if anyone died, I know I can't cry about it. I have no more tears left. I think, man, I'll be with you one day. I'm not ready to go yet. Got about 40 more years. So that's the type of attitude you got. And it's very hard when a loved one passes. You feel like, oh my God, what's the first thing? I could have done more. Did your best. As long as you know you tried, you shouldn't have to put it out there on Facebook, this, that, the other thing. Because if you are doing that, I'm just telling you, maybe you're trying to find some way that someone taking acknowledgement that they care. It should come from you, that you know you did your job. You were good to the person. You did as much as they can. Now I'll put on a scenario, okay? We're going to do it for me, right? Today I'm here, tomorrow I'm gone, right? But imagine this. See, if you heard I die tomorrow, right? God forbid you might fall to pieces. God forbid everybody would have to be first. I knew Paulie better than you did. I can't get rid of me. I got like a couple thousand videos out there, but that's beside the point. But the thing is, you should think about it. We're going to change the scenario. The scenario is that you haven't talked to me in about 20 years and you just found out. Say Mike goes to Patty and says, you know what? You know, Paulie died. That was 20 years ago. Paulie died? Really? Now, yeah, that's not going to hit the blow so bad as if you found out. What's the difference? 20 years you found out, or yesterday? Now, God forbid people like to see you unhappy in life. So God forbid. Okay, so say I pass away and you live near me, right? God forbid, I always said live, love, and laugh, man. That's the biggest thing in life. God forbid if you knew how to think of all the happy times you had with me. God forbid you might be smiling in the funeral home. See, at that point, you know who's going to attack you? Your own family or your friends. So it'd be like, I'll take Mike, for instance, Metal Mike, Mike Mutzer. Okay. Now with Mike, say was Mike's brother, right? Okay. Now I pass away, right? But Mike walks in with a smile in a funeral home and he goes, wow, man, I'm happy. Because Mike thought of all the good times that he had with me. See, most people get to the point, and this is a big thing. Death is a big thing with anxiety and depression. Most people remember this. Oh my God. I found him on the floor. Oh my God. I seen a truck in his throat. Oh my God. It was his last breath. Oh my God. He had a horrible death. Now, see, the thing I know back in 17, on the third time I hit the ground, I would have known where I went. The materialistic shit wouldn't matter to me. So you know what? On your last breath, you wonder if you believe in God, you know where you're going to go. Okay? I'm not afraid of dying. See, most people say, I'm not afraid of dying. That's a big fear to you guys. Because if I took you around the neck and choked you, now you can't breathe, right? What do you automatically go? The person that, I mean, you could choke me if you want. I'm not going to budge. I will tell you one thing. The thing that'll go through your mind 100% when it comes down to death, especially if you're getting choked or COPD, that's the biggest fear of your life, man. Right there, your body goes into panic mode. Mine don't. All right. I've had guns held to my head. I don't flinch. I actually turn around and say, you better put the bullet through my friggin' head. I'm not crazy. See, I know where I'm going because God forbid, wait till I get up. All right. See, I don't panic. And I've hit the floor many a times. See, if you say to yourself, you're doing the worst thing when something like that happens. You know what it is? Panic. You just speeded up your death a little. Now, if you were to stay calm and say, I'm going to get over this. See, there's two things. I hope. See, to me, there's no word as hope. It's called I will. I will live. All right. I don't believe in the word hope. Hope, it's too easy. That's like saying, wow, I can't do this, Paul. Wow. I haven't done this in a while, man. I'm just fucking around with the stick. But you would say I can't do that. But wow, man, I'll go one more. I'll start flipping it to the other hand, and then I'll start doing it in reverse. Now, immediately when you say you can't do that. So if you say you could do that, as much as you say, let it go, and I'm not suffocating or I'm not dying. You're throwing your body into such a panic mode, it's ridiculous. You're only speeding up your heart rate and everything. And if you were going to have a heart attack, you got a 99% chance God's going to take your life. It's called I will overcome and I will get through it. Now, that's just a part of death. Like if that was your last breath. See, I could stand on, I could be right on YouTube right now and have my last breath, and you wouldn't even see me suffer. I fell off this chair many times when I was sick with past cancer, when I had cancer. Okay, I fell, just blacked out, hit up the ground, and got right back up. Okay, well, let's go one better, man. Let's go a couple weeks ago, right? I don't have the tree up no more. We'll take the Platinum Album here. I flew from the Platinum Album. There was a cord on the floor. It was dark. I tripped over it. I flew, and I went through them curtains over there, and my face went right into the ground, right? I didn't drop a tear at all. My tooth went through my lip almost. I got up, took a paper towel. I was like, it wasn't like no Wonderful Life movie, like on A Wonderful Life. Hey, George, your lip's bleeding. My lip's bleeding. No, I knew it was. So you guys got to remember one thing about me. Why I run the road to recovery? I told you, nothing could shake me, make me, or break me. We'll go back and take it back to 1993, okay? I had 2,500 pounds hit me in the back. They reset my leg 5 times without painkillers. They forgot to give them to me. Imagine that. A whole, wow, we're talking about from 1 o'clock in the afternoon to 5 o'clock the next morning. God forbid they didn't give me painkillers, and my foot was backwards. And you know what? I didn't even drop a tear. As much as my lung collapse and see, kids, I've been dead 9 times in my life. That's what I mean. I'm not afraid of it. But if it gets to you on your last breath, you might be afraid of it, and you might speed up your death a little. That's what road recovery is about. It's about giving you the strength to get up. As much as I'm going to start talking in a minute about anxiety and depression, and this is part of that, but there's more to it. All right. Now, I don't know why 10 million people aren't here on this feed, because God forbid 10 million people are afraid of dying and where they're going. All right. Truth. Now, if you weren't afraid of dying, you hit the ground, man. What are you afraid? The biggest thing that goes through your life, you have kids and stuff. And if you do, or you got a mother, oh my God, that's the biggest fear. If I die, what's my mother going to do? She's going to survive. The only thing that's going to kill someone's, if you die, the only thing that's going to kill someone's mother is thinking about you all them years. And what would kill you if your kid died? Your friend, your brother, your sister. You could take that death and throw that anxiety from the time you're in your 20s up to your 70s, if you make it that far. Now, that's a real trip, right? How you can ruin your life, right? Now, what you do is you got to say, I'm going to conquer and overcome. Now, if you can't say that, if you can't say, okay, we'll do another scenario. See, everything is, I can do it. Now, I've showed this before. If you rewind the video tomorrow, if you're not paying attention, thumbs up, out. It's the same motion as much as I speed it up. Go watch the video tomorrow and watch my hands. It was the same movement. I said I can do it. It is a gift as much as a drumstick. If I say I'm going to create something like I did Metal Forever, I created it. Someone kicked it down, I put it back up. As much as my fundraisers. See, I got this drive in me. Go. Right? When someone says I'm dying, I'm not going to die. I'll probably live 140 years like the Green Mile, right? Everybody will be dead and I'll be still helping people. That's the way I look at my life. A string winding into the future. And that's where you got to get. You got to get to that point about death and start really getting a grip on it. All right. Now, I wouldn't want you sad. God forbid, if I was looking down at you and Seth was crying, man, I'd be like, dude, man, seriously. Please, man, live, love, and laugh. Life goes on. And now even with the death of musicians, they last about a day or two. See, being some superstar now, you die a legend. Die a legend? You're a legend for one day and then drop you in the ground and maybe people put up some group page to remember you. That's it. So try to work on that, man. Try to work on some sort of faith, some sort of belief, whether it's God or whatever. Now, people ask me about God, man, okay? And I'll tell you straight out. You know what? My friend who's translated the Bible from 3 different languages, Greek, Hebrew, and Aramaic, okay? He told me one thing, okay? He said, Paul, and it was the most logical thing I ever heard to wake my ass up back years ago. He said, when you wake up, what keeps you alive? And I was like, my girlfriend, my kids. He goes, no, you're wrong. Air. You can't see it. Why can't you believe in God? And that's what really started me, turning me around. And then when I came out of a coma, something else happened. Damn, I got to stop cutting my hair. Nothing like getting a little hair in your teeth, right there, Moon? No muff is too tough. All right, so you got to try to get past death, man. All right, and I know it's a hard thing, but you gotta first. If you get past death, that's one of the fears. See, all your anxiety is surrounded by fear. Your anxiety, your depression. Anxiety is going to lead you into depression right on down the line. So you'll sit there and think about shit all day. So you have already wasted the qualities of life. All right. If someone dies, you're going to think about it one day. You're going to think about the next. I got to ask you a question. All them times you worried and missed that person, you're going to see them, my views, in 40, 50 years if you're around. Now, why are you going to drag that with you around? It's like baggage, man. And I ain't being cold, man. Someone could call me a cold-hearted motherfucker. I ain't being cold. I'm telling you the truth. You're going to carry that around for years, man, and think of the same thoughts when all you had to do was very simple. All you had to do is think of one time that you had happiness with your brother, sister, mother, father, brothers, kids, an animal. All right. Animals will do a number on you too. Some people never get over a cat, dog. I figure Moon's in here and she would be like that. Got a great heart. Can't do nothing about it. Right. So you got to get around that. That's like almost here. Give me a second. I'm having trouble moving these days. Okay. You come to Road Recovery and I got a bunch of keys here, right? Look at all these keys. I'm going to say take these keys. I have the answers. But here's the problem. I'm the guy for the ride. You're going to find the 20 keys and which door they open. You got to find a door that you open that finds the happiness to your life. See, I can't make you happy. It's within you, 100%. All right. You're the only one that can change it. I told you, I'm the guide for the ride. I'm going to give you the keys that you can take this. You'll stick that key in. Happiness. If a wall gets in front of you, man, you'll find a way in front of the wall. You'll find a way around it, under it, through it, over it. And when you get over that wall, there might be sand there. You'll drink the sand to get to the water and drink that. That's the sort of attitude you got to have, because most people, I'll give you for instance, right? You go in your wallet, you're at the store, right? Wow, man, look at this collection of shit, right? I got to really empty it out, but I keep them in there so they don't fall out easier. Logical. So I would go through it. Oh man, wait, what? Oh man, you would be like, oh man, where's my? Oh my God, I don't have my SSI card. Oh my God, my Direct Express. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, the humanity. No, it would have been very simple. You should have looked for it for 5 minutes, called Direct Express up, had a card sent to you. You wasted time. Then if you find it, what does it matter when you find it after you got the card sent? Are you going to call yourself an asshole or ridicule yourself on that shit too? This is what I'm trying to say. This is the sort of things that make you guys walk on eggshells, and it don't make me. I'm going to tell you a story in a little while. Wait till you hear this one. Okay. Now, same thing as a car. Okay, you drive. And if you don't, the stuff isn't directed at you. This is a conversation. People say, but Paul, I don't drive. I'm not saying you drove. I'm talking about driving. It could mean you don't, your mother, whatever. Okay, so you hop in the car, man. You got your keys, okay? I got my keys, right? Now, God forbid, I always hang these keys on here, right? But then I got another hook here. I remember one day I lost my keys, but it came off. The keys to my car, they were on the other hook, so they dropped off. And it's not that good to put that much weight on the key starter. We'll get to that in a minute. I'll tell you why. So you lose your one set of keys, man. You lose your car keys. Oh my God, the keys. What am I supposed to do? You're not supposed to freak. You're supposed to go and take a little while, look around, try to find your keys. You're not supposed to budge. It's not the end of the world, man. God forbid. If the worst is, you would just get on the phone. And 100%, you could, 100% what you could do is you could call the locksmith. That would be easy, right? But then on the other hand, you're like, oh my God, man, calling the locksmith, that's going to cost about $160. What am I going to do? You're going to pay it and not worry about it. You'll find a way. And then you won't be so nervous. Your car will be fixed. You'll revamp the money and you'll be all right. Now I'll tell you something, like last night, okay? I'll tell you how I handle this. I love my cat, and you guys, if you guys know me very well, I got my cat Liv. Now I thought Lisa accidentally left the cat, went out the apartment door, and somehow got outside. This is the first time my cat ever hid. I looked for her for 3 hours in the house. Couldn't find her. Now Lisa came in freaking out, man. I'm telling you, she probably followed you outside, Lisa, and walked out the door. I went out and see my nice pajamas, my Stewies. Aren't they cute? All right. I went out this door and struggled to walk to find a cat. No matter how bad I'm feeling right now. I forgot other people say I'm sick. Your throat just normally looks like that, right? Okay. Now, with this, I walked out that door in these nice dewy pajamas, and check this out. I forgot to tell you, I was wearing no shoes. All right. See, I told you nothing bothers me. I didn't freak. I walked out. You know what? I went out with just a skinny tee on. Now I'm surprised the cop didn't pick my ass up. All right, walking around with Stewie pajamas on and a t-shirt and socks, man. I walked around and struggled to get around the whole block to look for that cat. Nothing bothered me when I walked out that door, the cold, anything. See, when you say you're cold or something, you put that in your mind, you're cold, you're going to be cold. All right. As much as walking with just socks on and no shoes. Because the cat was important to me, no matter how I was walking, it was a struggle. It took me a while to get around that block. But I did my best, and I told Lisa, I looked around, I did my best, and I went outside one more time. I haven't been out of this house in like 9 months just for doctor's appointments, maybe 3 or 4. That's the sort of will you want, man. I'm telling Lisa, go try to get a ride and cruise around, but Lisa never called to get that ride. It would have been a lot easier. That cat could have went 6 blocks. The cat was actually under this table here. We find my platinum album. She never did this before. But I controlled it. I didn't drop a tear. I didn't freak. The cat was found because I had this positive thing. A cat will come back. So I knew if the cat came back, and Lisa finally found her in the house here. And I love that cat, man. I took it very well. See, these are the obstacles you guys got to figure out how to get through. All right. Stuff like that. The materialistic items in life as much as the platinum albums. Watch this. There. Okay. You want to break the glass a little? All right. Them things in life don't mean to when I got sick, materialistic items don't mean shit to me. All right. All the memorabilia sitting in the boxes from the bands and shit and the people I know. That shit, you can't get your life back. And the more and more you get upset and get stressed out, you are shortening your life every day. Now, I'll tell you, I'm going to give you guys 100%. I'll take Seth. I'll take Seth. I'll take Michael Motzer. I'll take Amy in here. Patty Davis. In one way, shape, or another, you're here for a reason. Because you changed. See, I remember when I met you guys, even Mike. Mike I met up with a couple of months ago, and he lives in Jersey here. There's a big change in Michael. All right. You guys got a long way to go. The 16 Power, the course I'm talking about. Okay, so this is part 2. I put it as part 2. This video helps you. I'll tell you the secret of the course. Last week, and if anyone says I would find it unfathomable that if you want to follow this course, you got to watch that video for 7 days up to the next week. All right. 7 days of watching that video, not once, twice, 3 times a lady. All right. That's hard, man. But I got to ask you a question. The question is, it's so hard that you cry and you're still crying half your life about anxiety, depression, and death, and all the other shit. See, this is the most understandable and easy course that watching them 3 videos, you'll be on the road to recovery. Now, see, this is a lifelong situation because once you get past the 16 weeks, it does get easier. How does it get easier? Now, you got to think, man, wow, Paul's doing road recovery, maybe like, okay, well, I'll give you an example right now. Right now, I'm supposed to be on the radio, 10:30. I think you people are more important than the radio, right? Sure. I ain't worried about it. Okay. Now, with it, once you get past the 16 weeks of the course, you're on the road to recovery. Now, you got down, you should have in your journal every video that applied to you, that helped you. There's always one thing in each video that helps you, okay? Now, you got to write down the videos. This was part 2. Part 2 helped me with Paulie. So at the end of the course, it's never over, except if you reviewed it and got it into your mind 3 times a day. God forbid you know 1,000,000 songs. How did you learn 1,000,000? What, the Stairway to Heaven freaking come out and you knew the words when it came out? All of them? End the meeting. No. You have listened to them songs over the years over and over again. They're burnt in your brain, just like road recovery could be. All right. Now, once you get there, you're like, wow, I did my 16 weeks. It's over with. No, you should be finding the videos that help you and do go back and take that first video that helped you again and rewatch it. But this time you don't have to watch it 3 times. It's already in your memory. It's going to stay there. Now, it's like I'm going to take Patty Davis because she had a hard time with her brother, man, and she don't hide that. Certain things I won't say, but I know Patty will understand this 100%. Now, I talked to Patty about it. She's gotten better about it, but she said it's my first Christmas grieving over my brother. Now, I said one thing, all right? People say everybody grieves different. That's a bunch of bullshit. You could all grieve the same. It's how you want to grieve. If you want to think about, wow, man, I remember me and my brother, man, we had a great time, man. We went down to the shore, man, and got his shorts dropped off and we were laughing our asses off. But no, you get some asshole at Christmas saying, wow, man, that really sucked when your brother died, man, taking that last breath. Wow, people know how to really screw up your brains as much as smiling at a funeral because you're thinking of the best time you had instead of thinking about the last moment that they were suffering. Well, they didn't suffer in the end because they went to heaven. How'd they suffer? That was only minutes, half an hour, whatever. To me, they got an eternity of they're not in pain no more, or what they were going to deal with, or could happen later in the future. All right. See, when my dad got murdered, man, all right, oh, I took it bad. I took it real bad. I threw chairs, man. I was busting up shit. And now I think about it. Don't bother me. It hasn't bothered me in 2 years. I remember my dad. I think of the best times, me building models, this and that. But if I wasn't so stubborn like my old man through the years and would have took a scale and he was like this and I was like this, vice versa, and I was so friggin' stubborn that it was such a love-hate relationship. Now I look at it now, man, and I said, wow, I could have evened it off on the scale and he could have, and it would have been the best time of my life, you know. But when 2 people are so stubborn, you can't do that. Too late. As much as hatred, you don't hate people. You should be disappointed. I don't care if they rape you. And don't think I don't know about rape. I've been raped by a girl. So let's start out with that. First one is going to tell me to shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. I guess you don't know my story. Right? Road Recovery is a story about my life. It was a horrifying life of, it started at 7 with my grandmother. She went to a nursing home. She was being molested. I seen 4 big black guys take her out of my house in a straitjacket at 7 years old. She was only there for about 3/4 of a year, maybe a year. And one day she choked on a piece of meat. She lost all the oxygen to her brain. The doctor came in and covered her up and said she was dead. My grandmother was still alive. So you talk about the nightmare flick? That's one grandmother. Let's talk about number 2. Hospital St. Mary's. Put a pillow on my grandmother's face and smothered her. Let's talk about my aunt. The hospital killed her too. So we're talking about, I've been through 4 murders of parents, grandparents. And when my father got murdered, my mother took a fly over 14 stairs. She got 24 screws in her arm, 2 plates, a rod, and a titanium rod up her arm. She had 297 staples. Now, God forbid if I ever brought my mother on here and one of you were crying, you know what my mother would say? Never get up, stop crying, learn to live, and shut up. That's an 80 shirt. Man, that would be a real reality check if I brought Ma on here. That's just what I'm telling you about living, man. 100%. You guys got to learn how to live. What's going on with me right now with the gadolinium poisoning and the mercury in my system? The pain that rips through my body is so excruciating, you wouldn't be able to take it. I don't wish it on any one of you. You guys would have capped yourself a long time ago. There's time where my heart races. It's going like 160, 70. I don't even panic. And when you get out of panic mode and you learn that life is so valuable and precious, and the materialistic items in your life can't replace your life, and you could actually go back to a simple life and enjoy life to the fullest. The only one, when you say your life sucks, it's you that says it sucks or life sucks. You're making it suck. I can't walk that good at all, man. I'm talking about, I was going like last night, struggling to find the cat. But it don't bother me. You try to, one day you're walking, you got everything, man. You got everything in the world out there. You can walk, go out with your friends, drive a car. See, it took me one day to realize that I couldn't do that. I had to rationalize that I'll be sitting in this chair maybe the rest of my life, maybe in a wheelchair. See, I'm used to that. I've been in a wheelchair twice, so that's not going to bother me. When you get to that point that nothing's going to bother you, you're not pissed off at the world, and you're just like, it happened. It wasn't your fault. It was actually me, man's fault. And I'm like disappointed what man put out there to put in your systems to make what happened to me probably happen to a lot of people. But I don't cry about it. I've always got on. The only time I cry and drop a tear, you'll see me drop it. Maybe if someone made fun of you or the hurtful people in the world. And maybe I drop tears because I care. All right. You could try to beat the fuck out of me. I ain't going to drop a tear with that. But you better be prepared. By the time, seriously, maybe I ache all over, but for two seconds, man, God's going to give me the power to kick your ass and smack you with the hand of God. All right. I think we got that one. That was a good one, right? So, I want you to think about that stuff. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? Do you want to feel sorry about your life and you say it sucks when you could change it? Do you want to live or die? Or do you want to be happy? And you got all the happiness is right there. The happiness is right in the palm of your hand. And just much as someone was holding you by a rope and you let it slip while you're getting pulled up a cliff, you let go of life. The person that was trying to pull you up didn't. That means you gave up. You gotta have such a drive in life like I do to overcome the obstacles that you'll go through. And if you can't, you will fail. See, to me, success is an option. Failure is not. So I want you to think about them things and start working on your journals. Dig? Oh my God, it's 10:44. I didn't make it to the radio station. Oh well, I'll get there. Okay. So thank you for joining me at the Road to Recovery. Sometimes in life you're going to find, if you haven't already, I think Steph and Amy and them, and probably Bill has watched this, and Patty, you know what? You'll do all right, Pat. I don't mean to come down on people these days, but so many people walked away from me because they didn't get it. And sometimes I got to jam it and say to you, man, what the fuck are you doing to yourself? You don't have to write a whole story apology to people. If a person knows that they care in life about you, you don't have to remind someone of it. You should know from your heart. And that's the problem with Facebook. It's called chat book. You repeat yourself over and over again. Instead of saying, when I had Facebook, instead of saying, Paul, I'm having an anxiety attack, can I call you? Damn, by the time you type all that shit out, you'll be one dead motherfucker with popping 3 or 4 Xanax. My name is Paulie D, and I am the creator of the Road to Recovery. And if you could find one motherfucker out there that can outdo me with this, tell them to call me at 973-991-0584 because I'll run circles around their head. They won't even know what hit them. If they could talk this fast and think this fast, I'll even run it faster. You haven't fast you want me to go. You want me to speed up faster than that? They wouldn't last. I don't think I'm all that in a bag of chips and shit. I'm pretty funny as hell, but I actually like the morning show, man, where I get to call everybody a jerk off. You know, just learn to live life. Seth, learn how to live it. I appreciate the comments. Let me tell you something. One thing I don't do, and I found out about Facebook, and it's a great thing. I'm gonna ask you guys a favor. All right. I'm not one for asking favors because I always figure you ask for a favor, you give back. I give back with the Road to Recovery right now. I want you to seriously know how precious life is, and it's a gift, and don't let it slip. Now, what am I going to ask you? There's going to be a couple things print up if you're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It doesn't take more to give back, and Steph does it for me every day. Take 20 minutes and tweet the shit out of what's going up because I want this shit to go viral. Why I'm sick, 100%, to make awareness for families, and I will bring it to a court. It's going. I got my lawyers ready. I'll get this test that I'm mailing out. It's a urine test. It's going to tell you how much mercury is in my system. You just got to think about all the kids. It happened to you, your family member. How would you feel if they were crippled in a month? All right. Because I'm the one there telling everybody. And I even told Aerosmith's management today. And she didn't want to listen. All they care about is their businesses. They don't care about God, man. He told me something valuable. I better research for my family. That's what I'm saying. And one more thing. I got to ask you. And I told Patty this. I tagged like 100 people today. Go to my Twitter page. And Steph was really the only one, and Patty. I don't know if you guys are seeing the feed, and I don't think you are, because when I tag for Road Recovery and not get one hit, there's a problem. Big Brother's watching you. What is Big Brother? The government, and they can suck my dick. So if you're listening out there, good luck. Come and get me. My name is Paulie D, and thanks for joining me at the Road Recovery. I'll see you next week, 100%. And you know what? Never give up. Never quit. Never give in. That would be the wrong move. So I'm doing what I like to do best. You know what I like to do best? Reboot the radio station. I'm going over to listen to music. That's the best drug, man. I think Zeppelin and Floyd had the cure for the fucking disease. Hey, you guys have a great week. And I might stop back and I'll let you know. Okay? And keep pushing. Don't quit on me. All right. I'll talk to you later. Thank you, Seth. Thank you, everyone. And I'll see you next week.